Happy Wednesday, everybody. I hope that you're all doing well. We definitely have had a change in weather. Yesterday snow, today nice and sunny out. I'll take it. That's the Rocky Mountains for you. I just wanted to remind you of a few sales that I have going on this month. So my baby naming ceremonies, it's sort of like me being the fairy godmother of your child. If you schedule the baby naming ceremony this month and put your deposit down, then the ceremony itself is on sale. And I also have my fairy magic class on sale. So if you've been wanting to learn how to interact with, learn about the Fae and all different land spirits, then just sign up for that this month while it's on sale. Okay. And the reason why it's always on sale in May is because of the connection with Beltane and the Fae being highly associated with Beltane. All right. So let's look at this past week, shall we? Whew. Okay, so just as a reminder, the week before was all about personal growth. We had so many different fantastic things about personal growth. And so then this week was a little different. We start off Thursday, May 6th, with the Eight of Swords, and this is an imprisonment and fear card. So self-imprisonment through fear of what others may say or think, and it's restrictions. And so this is often when we are placing ourselves in some type of imprisonment. We are withdrawing. We are keeping away from other people because of what we think they may think about us, or and this is really interesting considering that we just came through a week of personal growth. So it may, and I'll get to that all in just a second because we're not done with the fear. Then Friday was comfrey, which I think this was more of a personal thing just for me, but maybe it was for other people as well. This plant helps within and without. It helps with skin issues, and it also helps with inflammation of muscles and arthritis. So any type of arthritis issues, if you can find some comfrey, that is actually going to help. And the reason why I say that this I felt was more for myself was that the past couple of weeks, my one dog has been dealing a lot with arthritis, and I've been really at my wit's end. And so this really prompted me to start looking and researching different herbs that are safe for dogs that have arthritis. And so I think that we're just about to where we have it figured out. So that's good. But that was my fear right there. It was just dealing with my dog and him just being in so much pain and how to get through that. And then Saturday was the Eight of Swords inverted again. Then this was a different deck. And this is trying to break free of the self-imprisonment, maybe feeling like you're really, really stuck in it, but trying to break out of that imprisonment rather than just being like, oh man, I'm stuck. Okay. So I don't remember the last time that we had the same card, within the same week ever. So this is definitely a pay attention meaning here. Okay. And I'm going to get to that in a second here. And then Sunday, Mother's Day, was really interesting. It was the gentleman, and so the gentleman represents, masculinity, masculine energy, analytical thought, and physical strength. And one of my clients actually commented on it that on Mother's Day, a lot of us, including myself, single moms, we have to be both the mom and the dad. And so I think that is very actually applicable. And I was like, well, maybe it was just all sons trying to find gifts for their moms, but I think it also can be that we have to embrace the masculine energy. Hey, buddy. And then Monday. Oh my goodness. Monday, the dark moon was Nuba. She is the Chinese goddess of drought. And this was the beginning of the whole gas shortage issue, and the fact that we had the goddess of drought It was just to pay attention, just fill up your tanks, just prepare, but don't go nuts. And also to drink plenty of water since she's the goddess of drought. So that was Monday. Tuesday was the Fool, which is starting a new path, being very open-minded and open-hearted, trying not to have any preconceived notions of what you should be doing. But it was also the new moon, so we had the dark moon, and then the next night is the new moon, and the new moon is all about new beginnings, new paths, and the only way that we really can be successful with our new paths is to not have preconceived notions of it has to end this way, or I must get this out of it, or whatever it may be. Okay. And then the card for the day was Drag Altar, the Earth Dragon inverted. Which another dragon card. I love that. But it was all about don't hoard. And I think this was absolutely about hoarding gas. And this is especially on the East Coast. I have a lot of friends over on the East Coast having to deal with this right now, that there is people just bringing in, just different jugs just to fill up and have gas, and there's no need for that. Okay, there's going to be gas. It was just a snafu with the hacking, the cyber hacking, but they have it back online actually already. So the hoarding of the gas is just ridiculous at this point. And so with that being said, this whole past week has absolutely been about facing our fears. We have had so many fears rise up. And it's not just this week, but I mean, definitely having the same card, within 3 days of breaking out of your fear of what other people think. As well as, we also put ourselves into these imprisonments of, especially conspiracy theories. Conspiracy theories absolutely make us withdraw. Those that really abide by them rather than by trying to find any actual proof of things. That they definitely keep to themselves. They definitely don't want to have other people to show them that there are different ways. There's proof of something different than what is actually happening. And this is getting into, the COVID inoculation shots, that there's just so much fear about the shots. There's so much fear about just so many different things, the shortage of the gas, the stock market. Everybody is freaking out about the stock market. And there's even been, personally, I know of some people that have faced, some interesting, scary things within homes, as well as also facing your own death. I mean, there's just been a lot of fear in this past week that is really, I think part of it is because we had such a rockin' week the week before with all of this personal growth, that I think that, we often, it doesn't sound quite right, but this is pretty much the only way I could say it, is that sometimes we outgrow the people that we've been around or know for a while, if they too do not change in some way. And, and if you have been really working on personal growth in some way, then you may be finding that you're afraid of what people that you've known for years, whether it be friends or family, what they're going to think, what they are going to feel about your growth. And you cannot live your life worrying about, and I know everybody always hears that, right? Your mom always told you that you can't worry about what other people think, but yet at the same time, we often worry about what our moms think, or, anybody that is close to us, right? So you have to break through. You have to break out of this self-imprisonment that we put ourselves in, that is holding us back, because you're not going to have any more personal growth if you allow other people to dictate how you should be. Okay. And this can be on any level: spiritual, physical, emotional, mental. I mean, all different aspects. You cannot define yourself based on what other people think you should be doing. Okay. You're going to just be making yourself miserable and not anybody else happy, because ultimately they're never going to be happy with you. They're never ultimately going to be happy. If there's that judgment within, then why do you want to surround yourself with people that are really negative about who you actually are? And this can be your sexuality, it can be your spirituality, any of these things. Okay. And even, like, even the physical, just the body shaming, and and if you ever try to do, try to work on yourself physically and stuff like that, then there are a lot of people that judge you for doing that. So it's like we constantly are facing judgment of other people. But ultimately, the only way that you're going to have more personal growth is to release that fear. And this definitely, I'm going to be talking about in my video to my patrons about how to work through these fears through self-empowerment. Okay. So let me just make sure that I touched on everything. Fear, personal growth, afraid of many things, of death, others think of us, conspiracies, gas shortage, the stock market. I mean, and even, like my fear about my dog and that I wouldn't be able to figure it out, and it's like, duh, just look at the plants. And so we need to, not be hoarding. Please don't hoard gas. Please don't hoard stuff. Okay. And that is also very much an American mentality of the hoarding issue. And it's been really interesting. I've actually been watching Hoarders with my daughter, and it's really interesting how it's actually a mental illness. It's not just people just liking their stuff. And so, we really need to break out of that mentality that things define ourselves, or the people that we surround ourselves define ourselves, which in a way it does, but it could definitely be negative if they're not positive people around us. But ultimately, you just need to not worry and try to be the fool. Just be open-minded and open-hearted on this next journey, okay? Because otherwise, you're just going to keep being afraid of what other people are going to say about you, to you, whatever, and that ultimately, you just may need to, agree to disagree, and or you may just need to end that relationship if it's really, really negative, because you are also a very important person, not just what they think, but what you think and who you are, that you cannot, don't hold yourself back. Don't hold yourself back for other people. Okay. And I know that's really difficult in places that are already confined. If it's really conservative, it's really judgy. It's very difficult to be yourself in those areas. I understand that very much. But it's, making these hard decisions of, what do you need to do? How are you going to do it? And just know that there are people that are like you, okay? You may not have people that are like-minded around you. And so that is one nice thing about the internet, is that you may be able to find some online friends until you may be able to move to a place that is more accepting of who you are. But don't hold back your personal growth just for other people, okay? So my next video for my patrons is going to be about how we're going to face our fears through self-empowerment, okay? So if you have not joined my Patreon page, and also I'm doing my newsletter on Saturday. So I'm going to be we're going to be having a lunar eclipse coming up here. So I'm going to be writing about that, as well as that ancestral tarot book that I'm going to be reviewing. So lots of really good things that are going to be coming up in that newsletter on Saturday. So, just sign up so that you can get all this, this extra stuff that hopefully can really help you. Okay. So have a good rest of your Wednesday. Be safe. If you're on the East Coast, good luck. And I just hope that things calm down over there and that it doesn't get out of any more control. Okay. So have a good rest of your evening, and I will see you next Wednesday. All right. Bye-bye.